Hey Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Captain Class MTG, and today we got some Streets of New Capenna announcements for MTG Arena. That's right, they've listed a few things here. We'll go over the quick mechanics, what they look like on the game, and there's a new format. It's true. So let's read through it real quick and find out. Before we get started, remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I appreciate any help you can give. If you've done everything you can also help support with the links in the description to the Patreon page, where there's monthly giveaways, special deals, and the eBay store, where you can buy all the cards that you will see on my box opening series that I have every set, and buy them first, see them come out of the packs, and get a little piece of history knowing that your card came straight from one of my videos. So, also an email in there if you want to reach out and touch somebody other than yourself. So, without further ado, let's run through it real quick. So, first off here, we have the list starting with mechanics. And in mechanics, the first thing they're going to show us here is what a shield counter looks like. So, this is your shield counter right here. You all probably know what shield does. If a creature was to receive lethal damage, the shield counter is removed and the creature does not die. Next, we have Hideaway. So you can see it in action right here. Basically, when something has Hideaway, you see here 5. Take the top 5 cards of your deck. You choose one. It goes into exile. The rest go on the bottom of the deck in a random order. And then whatever the card ability that lets you trigger Hideaway will let you cast the card for free. So, pretty neat. Now, next we have Threshold counters. So if you want to know what threshold is, uh, do, 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 uh, so it says here these badges will show you the current value of the threshold. They will have a dynamic border that fractionally lights up based on current value. So like for example here the Sewer Crocodile says, it can't be blocked this turn. The ability costs 3 less. To activate if you have 5 or more mana cards on your graveyard. And there's a lot of abilities that have that. So here you see 1 of 5, so 1/5 of that has been achieved. Once you get to 5, I'd imagine this whole thing will be lit up just like this. And that will let you know that, um, excuse me, that you have met the conditions. This one here in particular is Devotion to Blue. And so you need 5 Devotion to Blue. You have 5, so this is now a creature. To activate this ability for 3 less, you need 5 here. Once you get to 5, it costs 1 blue. So you have that. So we have auto tap interactions. I'm gonna let you know right now, auto tap is the most god awful thing known to man on this uh, format and this game. If you plan to do anything that involves anything tricky or have certain mana available, tap yourself because it will screw you every time. Anyway, so uh, as a rule, auto tap will sacrifice a token for mana to pay an ability cost if there is an added benefit to doing so. So there, see, you may not want to use a token, but it will use it anyway. So be careful how you tap and make sure you put the mana in your pool first before you play or cast anything or use abilities if you don't want to burn up your tokens or your treasures, sorry. Now, here it has other ways to get packs. I mean, you can do this if you really want to, but honestly, if you just play the game every day, you'll get plenty of cards. I wouldn't even worry about this. And secondly, don't spend money on this stuff. Please, for the love of God, don't spend money on Arena. It's a free format. Let's keep it that way. They make enough money off actual cards. I mean, they've already posted record profits for last year, right? So let's not go there, shall we? Anyway, moving right along. Next, we have introducing Explorer. That's right. This is going to be a new format um, when Capenna comes out. And I haven't read into it a whole lot, but let's take a quick look. So, as we look here, it says Explorer is a constructed, non-rotating, true to tabletop format using all Pioneer legal cards available on MTG Arena. So head over to the hub and figure it out, yada, yada, yada. Next, it says it will feature the same constructed queues and events available for standard. It will begin with the same ban list as Pioneer, but we will need to manage it separately. More on that below. And the reason for that, guys, is this format, as we've seen in videos before, and you're welcome to go check those videos out. Everybody hates Pioneer, mainly because the Pioneer on Arena has all the cards from Alchemy in it instead of the actual cards the way they were printed, which is not Pioneer. People want to play regular Pioneer. So to fix that, instead of fixing Pioneer, they made a new format called Explorer, which is a fixed Pioneer format in tabletop because it's easier to name it something different and have two different formats and have the same format with two different names than to have the same format and it's Wizards of the Coast. I'm sorry, I don't want to tell you. They're dumb. Anyway, so moving right along with that, it will be available on the deck building with the game available date of April 21st. Hey, that's probably yesterday. I think I'm gonna post this on a Saturday, so you guys will see this come up. You know what? I'm gonna post this on Friday. That way you guys are aware because it's already gonna be up. And I'll go ahead and push out my very last top 5 of Capenna for Modern card list to Saturday. Sorry for those of you who were like that format. But don't worry, the card is not coming out next week, so you still got plenty of time to start eyeballing those great Modern cards that I'm suggesting because I know what I'm talking about, right? I'm a professional. Cough, hack. Anyway, moving right along. Look a little something like this. Explorer event. Do, 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 do. So, paving a path to Pioneer. Now, I don't know what this says. It says it's official. Starting with Streets of New Capenna, our new non-rotating true format, which we are currently dubbing Explorer, will be available. Yeah, we're going to dub it Explorer because Pioneer is already taken. Look around. Anyway, for those of you who have played recently, have played in the recent What Was Written midweek Magic events, you've already familiar with the Explorer is a non-rotating constructive format using all the tabletop format Pioneer legal cards available to Magic Arena, i.e. Pioneer, which is the format for the Pro Tour, which is why they're probably doing this because they're going to have Pro Tour qualifiers on Arena, and they can't do that if they have to use if Alchemy cards are in place because then it's not Pioneer. Anyway, moving on. So, consider the first leg of our Pioneer journey, where one day Explorer will be retired as a format, and we will simply call it Pioneer. Oh my god, like the actual format we play in actual paper cards. What a just these guys are geniuses. I just don't know what to say. I'm so taken back and yeah, I'm really lying there. Anyway, so it says down here Explorer will be available as a best of 1, best of 3 matches, just like standard ranked and unranked play. To give you the skinny here as it goes down. I think what we're really going to do here, when we look at, so here they talk about the best of, right? So you can do the qualifier in and stuff. They talk about some event structures and rewards, so forth and so on. But let me tell you what I really think this is, guys. Before I run out of time, I don't want this video to go too long. A, they had to fix Pioneer because of the Pro Tour. B, I think, and don't quote me on this, but if I'm right, definitely quote me on this, Gata, that Standard is in such a bad shape and people have always been so down on Standard and Pioneer seems to be so popular, they may remove Standard as a playable format for most Pro Tour or event stuff for bigger games like the Magic Fest or whatever the heck they're calling it now. The GP, we'll just call it the GP. Um, and probably replace Standard with Pioneer. It's a wider format. It has more cards. People enjoy it more. And the new sets that come out do go into Pioneer, and they may start relegating Standard to just like F&M, which is Friday Night Magic, you don't know, and other small shop tournaments, and probably keep Standard on the down low because everybody complains about Standard so much. And to a point, I get that. Because sometimes Standard can suck, and that's because they don't know how to test cards. But anyway, point being, I really think this might be their trial on, hey, is Pioneer enough to hold up this format with new cards going into it, with us not having to have a Standard support function to get people to buy these cards? And that may be what this is the first trial of. Now, I'm not saying that we should bring back Standard or any of that situation because Standard can be a giant mess most of the time. But I do think Standard has its place more than Pioneer does, even though Pioneer can be more fun because, more cards, people have those cards, you can still play those cards. And it might be that they want to make people who get into the game Get away from that. Well, once it rotates out of standard, now you can't play anything, blah, blah, blah. So don't buy into the game. And that may be their angle here. Yeah, you buy into standard, and then they start rotating. Well, don't worry. Pioneer is the prime set, um, which the great thing about that it will help prop up the secondary market for the product that's already out of print but still in Pioneer. Yada yada. Welcome to New Modern. And this may be the fledgling trial of that. Of we might see a new popular format in that section. So I don't want to go too far into it. We can talk about that in a later video if you guys want, and we can go into deep conversations. You let me know in the comments down below if that's what you want to talk about, pros and cons of Pioneer versus Standard and what it means to the format if we focus more on Pioneer and what it means for the game as a whole. So with all that said, guys, thanks a lot for letting me entertain you and watching the channel. I appreciate all you guys. Until next time, be kind, and I hope to see you next week at the pre-release across from the game table.